The Girl Who Danced in the Rain. The Cursed Dance. In the heart of a small West African village named Oguma, stories were more than tales, they were warnings stitched into the lives of children. One such story, passed from lips wrinkled by time, spoke of a girl who danced in the rain and never came back. Amma was 17, full of questions and too curious for her mother's liking. While others feared the forest that bordered Oguma, she found it beautiful, mystical, even. Her mother, Mama Efe, warned her often, "Rain no be for play, Amma. If you see the first drop, you run inside, no look back. You hear?" But Amma laughed. "Mama, I no go vanish because of small rain. Is just water." Her friends whispered about the old tales, that in the forest, there lived an ancient spirit called a Jur, who took girls that danced freely during the first storm of the planting season. They said he was once a man, a prince who loved a dancer, but when she married another, his heartbreak turned him into a jealous spirit. Since then, he stole any girl who reminded him of his lost love. Amma didn't believe in ghosts. One April afternoon, dark clouds brewed in the sky like a pot of bitter leaf soup. The elders rushed indoors. Chickens fluttered to shelter. The air smelt of wet earth and secrets. Amma stood at the edge of the field, barefoot, her wrapper flapping in the wind. She felt it before she saw it, the first drop. Cool, soft, like a kiss. Then the rain came heavy. Instead of running, Amma laughed. She spun on her heel, arms wide, dancing barefoot in the muddy field. Her body swayed like a tree in the wind, her heart pounding with freedom. Her laughter echoed through the trees. That was the last time the village saw her. The spirit's truth. For days, Oguma mourned. Drums beat in sorrow, and women wailed into their wrappers. Mama Efe could not eat, sleep, or speak. She simply sat, staring at the place where her daughter danced away. Then came the whispering. Some said they heard music in the forest at night, a flute playing a sorrowful tune, and footsteps following its rhythm. Some said they saw a figure in white, twirling in the trees. Others claimed a Jur had returned, angry, and the village would suffer more if a sacrifice wasn't made. But Mama Efe was not afraid. She had lost her only child. Nothing could scare her now. She went into the forest alone. The trees seemed to bend toward her, whispering her name. Thunder cracked above, and rain began to fall, slow and rhythmic. But Efe walked on, deeper into the woods, her wrapper soaked, her feet muddy. In a clearing, she saw her. Amma stood under a twisted tree, her eyes glassy, her movements slow, as if pulled by invisible strings. She danced, but it was no longer with joy, it was as if the rain had chained her spirit. A shadow moved behind her. A Jur. He was not monstrous. He looked like a man, tall, sorrowful, with eyes that carried centuries of pain. "You took my daughter," Mama Efe said, her voice strong. "For what?" She danced freely, a Jur said, "like she loved the world. Like my own lost love once danced. You are cursed, not because she married another," Efe said, "but because you let your pain grow into darkness." A Jur's face twisted with grief. "I did not know how to let go." Mama Efe stepped forward. "Then learn now. Let her go. Let all of them go." The trees trembled. The rain stopped. Amma blinked, and for the first time in days, she breathed. Truly breathed. The spirit faded, like mist in sunlight. Amma ran into her mother's arms. When they returned to Oguma, the rain had stopped, but the story had changed. Now, it was no longer just a warning. Spirit. The village, and what deeper mysteries still linger in the forest. The rain knows names. Amma's return was not met with songs and dancing. Instead, the village of Oguma watched her like she carried a shadow. She came back, old women whispered. But did she bring something with her? Children stared with wide eyes, fingers clutching their mother's hands. Even the chief, Ha-Ojuma, called a council meeting to ask, is this the girl, or a spirit walking in her skin? Amma felt it, the distance, the silence. She no longer laughed at the rain. At night, she dreamed of the forest. Of girls dancing in circles, eyes hollow, mouths open in silent songs. She saw a jur, not angry, but sitting alone beneath the twisted tree, whispering names into the rain. Names of girls taken. She told Mama Efe, he is still there. Watching. Mama, now respected for her courage, went again to the elders. The jur is not finished. The curse is not broken. But the elders, afraid of opening old wounds, waved her away. Only one person believed her, Kofi, the apprentice hunter. Kofi had admired Amma since they were children. He remembered her laughter before the rain stole it. And now, he saw her walking with silence in her bones. He followed her one evening as she stood alone in the fields, looking toward the forest. You still hear him? He asked. She nodded. Every night. What is he saying? Amma turned, her voice soft. He's calling more names. The daughters of the rain. That night, the storm returned. Thunder roared like ancient drums, and the wind carried voices no one wanted to hear. Villagers barred their windows. Mothers held their daughters tight. But Amma walked into the rain again. She was not alone. Kofi followed, spear in hand, though he knew it would not help. Mama Efe came too, carrying nothing but a calabash filled with ashes from the family shrine. They reached the twisted tree. There, Ajur waited. But he was not alone either. All around the clearing, spirits danced, girls of many ages, their feet gliding above the earth, eyes shimmering like the stars. They weren't angry. They weren't sad. They were waiting. Ajur stepped forward. She came back, he said. But she brought remembrance with her. Now, they want to go home too. Amma stepped toward the spirits. Then let them rest. Ajur looked at her, and then at Mama Efe. But where will I go? You were once a man, Efe replied. Let your soul find peace as one. Kofi raised his voice, surprising even himself. We'll build you a shrine. Not to fear, but to remember. You took too many, but we will not forget your pain. Ajur looked around at the girls. Slowly, one by one, the spirits began to fade. Light poured from their forms like morning sun spilling through trees. He smiled. I thank you, he said, for bringing rain not of sorrow, but of healing. Then he, too, vanished. In the center of the clearing, only the twisted tree remained, its bark smooth now, its branches open to the sky. The shrine beneath the tree. The rain stopped, but its memory lingered in the leaves. The next morning, the villagers found Amma, Kofi, and Mama Efe returning from the forest. But this time, something was different. Amma's steps were lighter. Her eyes no longer drifted to places unseen. Her silence had softened, like a wound that had begun to heal. She's free now, Mama Efe told them. But some still doubted. Then Kofi spoke, come and see. The elders, warriors, women, and children followed him to the twisted tree. And there they saw what no one expected, a circle of footprints burned into the earth, not with fire, but with light. And at the center, the tree stood tall and proud, its bark glowing faintly, as if it held the spirits inside its heart. Amma stepped forward and laid a calabash at its base. Inside were tokens from the village, beads, yam peels, wrappers, shells. Each item belonged to a family who had lost a daughter to the rain. "This is their shrine now," she said. "Not a place of fear. A place of honor." Mama Efe lit incense made of dried herbs and palm oil. Smoke spiraled into the sky, dancing in rhythm with the wind. Then she sang, an old lullaby, once sung to restless children during storms. Others joined, even Pa Ojuma. The tree became sacred from that day. And no one danced in the rain again, not because of fear, but because they remembered. But while the village found peace, Amma still felt something inside her stir. A whisper that would not let go. That night, she dreamed again, not of a jur, but of a new voice. A girl, weeping. The last rain. It began with a drought. 3 moons passed, and no rain came. The crops bent in the heat, rivers turned to shallow streams, and even the birds stopped singing. The village prayed. They offered sacrifices. But the skies remained closed. Then Amma heard it again, the crying girl in her dreams. This time, the voice was clear. "I was not dancing. I was hiding. They took me too." Amma woke up with a gasp. She rushed to Mama Efe. "There's one more. One spirit still trapped." Mama looked at her, then at the sky. "Then you must go. You are not just a girl anymore. You are the bridge between us and them." Kofi joined her, and together they returned to the shrine. Amma touched the tree, whispering, "Show me." The earth rumbled. A crack opened behind the shrine, narrow, dark, hidden. They climbed down into the earth. Below the roots, they found a chamber. The walls were smooth, glowing faintly with blue moss. And at the center, was a small girl, no older than 7. Her spirit flickered like a candle in the wind. "I hid when they came," she whispered. "But I could not escape." Amma knelt before her. "You're not alone anymore. Come, we'll take you home." The child smiled, and faded into a small, glowing seed. Amma picked it up, heart pounding. They climbed back into the light, just as the first drop of rain kissed her cheek. Then the clouds opened. The sky wept, not with sorrow, but joy. The seed was planted beneath the tree. From it, a second tree grew, young, bright, and full of blossoms. And from that day, whenever the rain fell in Oguma, the people would step outside, raise their hands, and whisper, "We remember." Amma became the keeper of the shrine. Kofi stood by her side. Mama Efe grew old, but her smile never faded again. And Ajur, he was never seen again. But the wind sometimes carried the sound of a flute. Soft, gentle, at peace. The end.